Audio Jungle.
What's up? What's up, you guys? How you guys doing? It is Thursday now, right? We were live. It's Thursday, and I got some really great news. So just the other day, I made a couple posts about grants and everything like that, and I was sharing with everyone where to find them and how to do it. And my inbox got blown up. And if you guys know me, if you've been following me, you all know that me and Messenger, we're not good friends. I don't do well with Messenger. So please, if you ever want to get a hold of me, shoot me an email. That's probably the best way to get my attention, because I keep this thing on silent as often as I can. And all my notifications, when it comes to messengers, I don't turn them on, guys. All right. So anyways, your grant coach is here. I'm here to talk to you guys about a $25,000 grant. Actually, more than that. There's a lot more grants actually I found, but there are some really good grants out there right now that are about to close. So here's the deal. If you are an entrepreneur, meaning you got an EIN, this video is for you. If you do not have an EIN, you can watch. I'm never going to tell anyone not to watch my videos. That'd be crazy. But you need to start considering an EIN. If you are a sole proprietor, let me tell you something. You need to take your hand like this and smack it. If you're a sole proprietor, take your hand out here and I want you to smack it. If you are an LLC, if your business is an LLC and you do not file as an S Corp, then you can slap your hand twice, okay? Why do I say that? Number one, sole proprietors, I'm sorry, you are going to be on the short end of the stick when it comes to getting grants. And number two, you're paying a lot of taxes. LLCs, you guys are paying taxes twice. Why would you do that? You're paying a self-employment tax and you're paying taxes on your profits. I mean, I don't get it. Now I do get it. Let me take that back, because I was an LLC forever, actually. And I thought that was the thing to do. LLC was like, that was like the cool kid on the block for a couple of years, and everyone started buying these LLCs. None of us knew we'd be paying double taxes. Go figure, right? So anyways, regardless, whatever your business entity is, whatever it is, let me say this. You can apply for grants as long as you have an EIN, okay? And you can get that from the IRS for free. There's nothing that says you cannot get an EIN. Obviously, there's more steps for you guys who are in business, who need to file through your state and your county and get your city, your business license. That's always, super important. But what I'm going to do in this video right here, right now, is I'm going to show you one of the websites I go on. I go on a bunch of websites and I find grants in many different places. And I'll be sure to add it to the description. I forgot to do that. I should have put the website, and I apologize. But nonetheless, I'm going to show you exactly where I find some grants, and one of the grants that's out there that I think is going to benefit you guys a lot, okay? So let me go ahead and share my screen right now, because, again, I got a lot of people asking, like, Joe, can you go back through and show us how to find these things? I will show you guys, no problem. So this is one of the many sites that I go on, okay? It is a great site, especially for beginners, and the reason why I say that, they got the grant opportunities here. All you do is you just sign in. It's called helloalice.com. They've given millions upon millions of dollars away, okay? So you can get funding right here. You can view grant opportunities, which I'm going to click, and then you can see that I submitted this one right here. I got different businesses, so I'll apply for a grant with the business, and then I'll go get my other businesses, and I'll just apply for the grant, and then I'll go to the next one, and so on and so forth, right? But they got a small business growth fund. Now, here's the biggest misconception. People are always thinking like, oh, well, Joe, I'm not a woman, I can't get grants, or I'm not a nonprofit. That's a big one. I'm not a nonprofit, I can't get grants. I'm like, that's so crazy. I'm not a minority, I can't get grants. And I'm thinking, like, how small-minded are we thinking, people? Like, what lies have you been fed to think that you cannot get a grant? Anyone can get a grant. You're just standing in the wrong line. If you're a male entrepreneur, why are you standing in the woman line in the first place? If you're not a veteran, why are you in the veteran line? Go get in the line that fits you. If you're a small business, if you fall in a category of a small business, get in that line. Because this grant right here that I'm showing you guys, I already submitted it. The deadline is October 27th, so I got ahead of the game. But it's for your business to grow. You guys hear what I'm saying? This is a growth fund. You are going to grow with this right here. I'm almost done with this right here. This is the FedEx Entrepreneur Fund. You see, I got it saved. It automatically saves for you. But check this out. Here's something that you guys are going to love. anything that I type in this right here for the grant, because these grants can take a little time, guys. I mean, I teach people how to use AI to speed up the process, but you still have to fill it out. AI is not going to write the grant for you, and you're just going to win grants. That's not how it works. It's just going to make you sound smarter. Well, at least it makes me sound smarter. But what it does is it takes the information here, and then it will translate it to this next one. So all that stuff I typed up, as long as it's like similar in nature, then it transfers over. So I don't got to retype it all over. I don't got to copy and paste because it's already there. And then the same thing over here to the NAACP Power Shift one. And this one closes on the 11th. The FedEx one, guys, I say apply for that now. Now, the FedEx one is for veteran entrepreneurs. This one right here is for anybody. You're in business, anybody. The FedEx Entrepreneur Fund, this one is for veterans, okay? So if you're veteran entrepreneurs, you can apply for this grant right here. The NAACP, this is for minority business owners. The restaurant one is for people, anybody in restaurants, doesn't matter who you are. The American Dream Awards, actually, I didn't even apply for that one yet, but it's open. I mean, it's not till April, but I mean, hey, wouldn't it be nice to apply for it now? And then in April, you get surprised with like 20 grand, 50 grand. I mean, Lynn and I, we got $100,000 last year from Google. I mean, it took me like 10 minutes. I didn't expect nothing out of it. You know, I was like, okay, yeah, cool, sure, whatever. I'm a veteran. I'll apply for this. And then boom, voila, Google hit me up. Hey, congratulations, you got our grant. Here's all these cool things you get. I mean, they gave me free Google storage. They gave me free domain. They gave me free ad credits. They gave me all this free stuff because I took 15 minutes out of my day to apply for a grant. I'm not saying that I'm like the grant master. Maybe I am. Nah, just kidding. I'm not saying that I'm the grant guru. All I'm saying is I am persistent. I'm persistent, and I will look and I will make it happen. I will fund my business. So if I don't even make a single dollar the entire year, I'm going to fund my salary by getting grants. I'm going to work. I love working. I love, the grind and the hustle, the things that, I do for my family. But these grants really make life better. These grants help businesses that otherwise couldn't afford equipment. You otherwise couldn't afford supplies. You couldn't afford payroll. Some of you guys are doing everything under the sun for your business, and you don't understand. You can break ground, right? You can get the ball rolling, but at some point, you got to hire a staff. If you want to grow and scale, if you think you're just going to be a solopreneur and do it all by yourself, you are greatly mistaken. You need to get a business coach. If that's what you think. The whole goal of being business is to create something that can grow and scale with or without you. Okay. So we'll get into the whole business chat another day at a better time. But these grants right here, guys, I'm telling you right now, this thing will set you apart from all the rest. And because you're going to get an income stream coming in without you having to do a single sale. You just tell your story. You just let them know like what your business is about, why you started your business, how you impact the community. If you don't know how to write that up, then you get with someone who has. I made a complete grant course, guys. I'm telling people how to do this, but you can literally, sit there and find out by people who are already doing it and already successful. Get with them. Ask them to mentor you. Ask them to teach you, coach you. There's a organization. It's called the SBDC. That's the Small Business Development Center. I believe that's what it stands for. But every county has one. Every county. They cover counties. This is government funded. Your taxes are paying for it, so you're paying for it. But you can literally get free coaching. You can go to your local chamber of commerce, and they have different ones. They have ones for your city. They have ones for different specialty groups. But you can get with your local chambers, and then you can get with them, and they will probably have professionals that will teach you for free. For free. Now, granted, some chambers, you pay like a membership due. But that gives you benefits to everything. I highly recommend doing that if you're an entrepreneur. If you are an entrepreneur, you should be with your local chambers, network. It doesn't matter if you're an online business and you do e-com store. I got an e-com store. I've done businesses with different chambers and networked with them and made money doing that. So it doesn't matter like what your business is. It's just good to network. You never know who you're going to come across who might help your business completely blow up. Or you might come across someone like me who finds grants daily, and I could teach you a thing or two. We can go get some coffee and talk and chat it up, and I can tell you exactly where to find grants and what's out there, what's hot and what's not, and you can go make that money for your business because your business deserves it. You need money for your business. It's like a child. If you don't feed that child, it's going to die, right? And nobody wants their baby to die. Your business is your baby. You want it to thrive. You want your business to just become something amazing, right? Well, the only way you can do that is if you feed the business. Most businesses fail because of lack of funding. You don't want to be that business that doesn't have any money because you just failed to get funding for your business. And I'm showing you guys right here. These are real simple stuff. But the reason why I keep going back to Hello Alice and I keep showing this to you guys is just because when you type it up once, then like the information carries over to the next grant. And if it doesn't apply, you can delete and rewrite and keep it moving. But it just keeps transferring the money over. And I love that about Hello Alice. And they're always putting out some great grants. And one of the things that I love that Hello Alice does is they will ask you, are you certified in certain things? And if you're not certified in certain things when you're answering your grants, go get certified. Sometimes it's free. Sometimes you can be like, hey, yeah, I am a certified woman-owned business. I'm a certified veteran-owned business. Go to the SBA.gov website and go get certified. Go submit your business documents. It's not that hard, and say, hey, I want to be certified because I fall in this category. Women-owned, veteran-owned, minority-owned. I think I got other categories. I can't remember all the categories, but you guys get what I'm saying. My job is not here to tell you everything about SBA. You guys got Google. Go Google it, all right? Figure it out. But what I am saying is get the grants. Get the grants, feed your business. It can change your life for you and your family. I mean, just imagine, what would $50,000 do for you? If you were to apply for one of these grants, right? Let's say the FedEx one and get $25,000. You were to apply for that. How would that change your life right now? What debt could you get yourself out of? What payroll could you make? What equipment could you buy with $25,000 injected into your business and you didn't have to do a single sale? Am I making sense to you guys? Same thing right here, the small business growth fund. I think this one is between 5 to 25,000, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I mean, like, what could you do with that? What would you do with $25,000? So anyways, guys, I don't always talk about this kind of stuff on my personal page and everything. So for those of you guys watching my personal page, cool. That's awesome. Welcome. But for the rest of you guys, hey, you guys already know what to do. You already know the business. I'm just coming on here live real quick just to share with you guys like what's out there, what you're missing out on. And there's some deadlines coming up. And you guys need to go ahead and make those deadlines. Don't wait. This year has been the best year for businesses to get grants. And we're in October. And if you have not got a single grant this year, then you are behind the curve. And then let me ask you the next question. How many grants did you apply for? If you're going to say, Joe, less than 5, well, guess what? You're wrong. That's why you don't got no grants. You apply for less than 5. And then you got people get like me who's applying for grants daily. And that's excessive. Just do once a week. Could you afford one? That's 52 grants in a year. And according to grantwatch.com, if you apply for 30 grants, you have more than 90% chance of getting one of them. Greater than 90%. That means the odds are in your favor. But if you're like, Joe, I can count on one hand how many business grants I applied for. Well, of course you're not getting any grants. You're not trying. You're not applying yourself. And don't just whip grants together thinking someone's just going to give you some money. Have a business plan. Have a plan in place. Like, let them know how you're going to use the funds. Show them that you're going to be responsible. Think about it like this. Put yourself in a grant maker's shoes. Like if any of you guys have children out there, I got kids. All right. So my teenage daughter comes up to me and says, hey, Dad, I need $1,000. I'm like, oh, okay. Tell me why. What are you going to do with this $1,000? What's your plan? If my daughter says, I'm going to be like, hell no. Get out of here. Right. But if I have another child that says, hey, Dad, okay, you mom said you guys had a little bit of money for us, and I want to let you know that I got this plan in place. And if you give me $1,000, I'm going to take $2,000. I'm going to go hire me a business coach to teach me how to run an e-com store. I'm going to take another $1,000 and I'm going to allocate that towards ads. I'm going to take this other $1,000. I'm going to go hire me a staff of virtual assistants so they can help me do these things. And then I'm going to take this other $1,000. I'm going to go ahead and brand my business and get the shirts, the hoodies, the hats. I'm going to be like, this kid is on to something. They're about to be a millionaire. They're about to really crush it as a child. I'm like, okay, cool. You got your stuff together. You sound like you know exactly what you're going to do with the money and how you're going to move the money. Great. Well, here's the deal. Here's the money. In 12 months, I'm going to see if you spent the money the way you said you're going to spend it. I'll check back with you in 12 months. We'll see how things happen. Don't pay me back. This is love. That's the grant maker process right there, because the child came to me and said what they're going to do and how it's going to do, for the community, right? They had a plan. The first child said, hey, Dad, give me some money. What are you going to do with it? Who's it going to help? Oh, just want the money. Well, no, I'm not going to give you money just because you say you want it and just because you got in line saying you want money. This is not a handout. This is not the food line. This is not the hot plate line, right? This is business. You got to come as a professional. And if you don't know how to do it, then you go get a professional that can get your business grant ready. So when you do get in line, then people are more willing to give you information, to really give you money. All right. But you got to make sure your stuff is together. Okay. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys are is loving the videos, because I love doing it. Get it, put the work in. I put some links in the description somewhere there. If you guys want to get my course, or if you guys want me to do grants for you. I actually got with my agency. So I'm training some grant writers right now as we speak, so I can multiply myself. So then we can just blast out and get people grants. I mean, I'm excited to see people see what it feels like to get a $50,000 grant, $100,000 grant. You don't understand how good that feels to get grants of that size that you didn't have to really work hard for. You maybe had to dedicate an hour of your time. Some grants take longer than others, but most grants don't take nothing but a couple hours. The longest part about grants is just the research. It's literally just finding the grants that's best suited for your business. That's what takes a while. The actual application of the grant itself does not take that long. It can range from a couple minutes to maybe a couple hours. But it's worth it, right? If it's a couple hours of my day gets me $50,000, that's worth it, right? If it takes me a couple days to find a really, really good grant, but that grant turns into $25,000, how many of you guys make $25,000 in 2 or 3 days worth of research and work? How many of you guys do it? And when I say a couple days, I'm not spending all day. I'm not spending 8 hours a day. I mean, I'm spending a few hours here and there and searching and trying to find the one that's best suited for my business. But any business that's in business is eligible for a grant, is what I'm getting at. As long as you don't sell alcohol and you're not gambling or doing anything illegal, you can get grants. All right. So anyways, guys, I got to sign out, because speaking of grants and speaking of things I got to do, I got to go take care of these kids. These kids want to eat. And when it's time for me to clock out, I went overtime. It's 4:20. I didn't work that long in a long time. I got to go, guys. Y'all have a good day. I'll see y'all later.